I'm Steve Collins, and I'm here to talk to you more about the power of eye contact. Eye contact is not just the eye contact you make around the room. It's where you guide the eye. And so I want to tell you about an informal bet I made with some friends of mine that were in a show down at the Denver Center Theater. And we had a cast party afterwards at a pizzeria. And at the pizzeria, they had these two big tables, and they had all of these big pizzas on these tables, so everyone could reach around and grab pizzas. That's a funny-looking pizza. And everyone was seated around this table, and the tables were big. It was like Knights of the Round Table, at Camelot. And we probably had about 12 people at every table. And I was at the table, and I'll show you where I was sitting. I was sitting right here. So this is Steve. And I don't remember how this happened, but I made a bet with him, and I said, you better watch out for me. We were all having fun. We were all, getting totally blotto on root beer. And I remember saying to the people around me, don't mess with me. I'm bad. You mess with me, I may mess back with you. I said, I got special powers. I look at somebody and I can make them do what I want them to do, just like that. And they said a few colorful things about, yeah, you're full of it. And I said, well, actually, I really do have a tremendous amount of power. I said, I can get this person right here to turn around and look at me by just saying the right magic incantation. And they looked at me and said a few more colorful words and said, yeah, right, you're full of it. And they agreed that if I could do this, they would pay for my share of the pizza that night. And one of them looked at me and said, that means you can't yell, hey, stupid, because he'll turn around because he hears you. I said, oh, no. All I have to do is say the right magic incantation under my breath, and he will turn around when I ask him to turn around. And so I proceeded to sort of crack my knuckles, and I started to look at the back of this individual's head. And we'll just play it this way for a second here. And so I crack my knuckles, blow on my fingers, look intently at the back of his head. Then I started to make up some Latin-sounding words under my breath, and I was very soft. Summa numma hu. And suddenly the person turned around and looked at me. And every single person at the table was like, how'd you do that, man? That was freaky, man. All I did was just go, summa numma hu. And the person turned around and looked at me. Well, if you think about it, it's not that tricky. Because where do you think they all look when I start to go summa numma hu? They're all looking at me. But at the very end of that summa humma nu, they don't look at me. Suddenly, everyone at my table looks at the back of this guy's head, which means nothing to him, nothing at all. Except suddenly when all of these heads go like that and look at the back of this guy's head, all of these people start to look back going, what's going on over there? They all look this direction. And so suddenly this guy sees all of these people suddenly look behind him and he goes, what are you looking at? Yeah! I win the bet! I win the bet! Wow! I'm bad! All of this because the power of eye contact. Because I could get them to all look on cue at that person's head at just the moment I wanted to. And that redirects the eye contact of everybody else. That's the power of eye contact. If I took this marker and did a speech about the health effects of the fumes in this marker, I could simply pull it off and say, have you thought about what is happening to this marker right now. This marker is actually doing something, like a cigarette. It's doing something which they know in environmental science as off-gassing. And right now, this marker is giving off fumes. Are there fumes? Oh, yeah. And these fumes are known as volatile organic chemicals, VOCs, according to the EPA. And right now, they are filling this room. Those volatile organic chemicals are filling the room and being spread around, and you are breathing them just as much as you would breathe secondary smoke from a cigarette. And I can get everybody to look at this marker. I can get them to look at a board or at a visual aid on a screen. The power of eye contact is not your ability just to look at people. It's the ability to direct the eyes of everybody in the room where you want them.